Folks, what's going on? This is Mr. Jones. We've got some snowy days here, so I've been sitting here making videos. Um, the topic is, or basically, the message is don't blame the mechanic for another mechanic's diagnosis because that other mechanic's diagnosis may not be correct, right? You found a cheaper guy to do the work, right? You paid one guy to diagnose it, then you found another guy to do the work. The guy's like, all right, you want me to do what you want me to do? I'll do it. But when things do not work, it's not his fault at all. I've said yes to some things just because, hey, I'll do the work, but if it doesn't work out, that is not my problem. And it can be hard to explain to some people that anytime that I'm diagnosing a vehicle, why would I ever go behind someone else's diagnosis? Just why? If I can think of 7 scenarios where this won't work well, and I'm not going to sit here and tell the customer 7 different scenarios unless I need to really tell them. But other than that, why, if I can get there and make a buck and leave because I did my job, that is one thing. And I don't normally do that. I can normally see that something's going to be an issue and over a text message, and I'll just fill up a big block of text stating, hey, it's not my fault if something doesn't work. Okay. So, for example, I had somebody text me, what the price was to put in a transfer case. So I thought about it, and then I'm like, well, you must be putting that in because A, it doesn't go in a four-wheel drive, or B, it's making some crazy noises, right? And it ended up being B, making crazy noises. That person had a mechanic already change out wheel bearings, brakes, all other sorts of things, paid them, and they're gone. They cannot contact them. So, right, the customer wasn't telling me all that in the text. I had to sit here and pull that information because when you go to get a job as a mechanic, you need to know all the information so that things can look good and you're not wasting time. The new guys will waste time. Okay. So, um, short story shorter. Okay. Um, I get a text back a couple of days later. They show me a picture of a drive shaft being pulled out, and it's just I can see that this is a big headache for the customer. At this point, I bet you they hate mechanics. There's nothing I can do about that. But I couldn't quote them a good price to put the drive shaft back in because I didn't know what condition the bearings were, because normally it's needle bearings on on the joint at the very back. Um, I didn't know the condition of things. I don't know where the car is at. Is a car in a hole? Is in a driveway? I needed more information, so I asked the customer, to have a conversation with me. We never had a conversation, so I never went over to do the job. Okay, but never ever really, unless it's something simple, can I go on someone else's diagnosis. It just can't, and I'm gonna have to charge for that. And how does that gonna look to people? People are going to think you're just trying to upcharge them for this, and that, and that's fine. They don't have to be my customer, okay? But when I'm done with the job, people are expecting things to work. If they don't, then it just looks bad on me, even though it's not my fault. So I don't go through all that headache. Um, I think you can tell if somebody's been doing stuff for a while by the things they just won't do. Like, nope, find somebody else. And I hate to be that way, but maybe this video can help some people understand that a mechanic cannot go after someone else's work. They're gonna have to diagnose it themselves so that they can get a good outcome, and it's going to save you money and headache if they diagnose it properly, see that it is that thing that you told them it was, okay, and now we can move forward. But without going through the steps each and every time, then the consistency of that mechanic is not consistent. You want to do consistent things, right? So you diagnose it, you offer up what's needed, the parts needed, all that, have that conversation with the customer, then you go fix it. So I'm sure there's plenty of people who are wondering or who have gone through this. Unfortunately, I know there's got to be a bunch of people who you brought somebody over. Now things are laying around. You don't know what to do. Um, yeah, don't just pay somebody to diagnose it if that's what you were thinking you do, and then take it somewhere else to find someone cheaper once you find out what it is. Because if that person knows their stuff, or they just want to make a quick buck, right? Hey, if I did what you told, then I did what I was supposed to do. You can make some enemies that way because, you're going to frustrate somebody if it doesn't work and now you're all mad at them. No one knows if the diagnosis was correct or how it was done or how they arrived at that diagnosis, okay? Just saying. So this is Mr. Jones. You can catch me on vafleet.com. If you got any questions, I'm in, Woodbridge, Virginia area, Manassas area, a little bit of Stafford area, Dumfries area, but Northern Virginia. So, hey, if you're close enough to me, give me a ring. Thank you very much.